try to always be really nice, but sometimes the occasional you slips out, or smell like my grandma, or your mom and your dad, when you're in the moment, it kind of slips out.
I work on a hospice unit, so, telling them their loved one has, maybe days to live. Yeah, dude, it's rough.
I would not be able to do that at all. I just don't have the willpower to tell somebody that.
But at least, on that unit, it's kind of like a good thing, because a lot of them, they've been suffering for years anyways. So, it's more of a comfort thing at that point.
Opening yourself up, that's the most difficult thing sometimes. Human condition, or in this case, the dog condition.
That I hate them when I didn't. At the time, maybe I meant it. It's more emotions are a powerful thing, and sometimes it takes a while to work through your emotions and realize that you're wrong about a circumstance or a situation. And so as I've gotten older, I look a little conscientious,
That last question, what do you mean by that? So I think you're ugly or something like that, something painful something that hurt them? No, I'm not gonna say that one.
Say it.
No, because I'm gonna sound like a person. I'm gonna sound like a person now.
Hey, we're in a free space, all right? It's just us.
What do you want to kiss me?
This is a heavy one. Probably my last ex-girlfriend, when I had to break up with her because she was pseudo-threatening suicide if I broke up with her.
I mean, everyone has to have those types of learning experiences, but it is kind of disappointing when you can see how something could have been one way when, because you were immature, you made it another.
Soft, I know. Do you remember the girls at Öland?
Oh, true, but we didn't say anything hurtful.
No, we didn't, but our friends did. They said no one wants to hear you slut or something, and then they took their bikes and threw them away and I don't know.
Yeah, my friends are a bit big.
My grandmother used to she was going through having breast cancer at the moment. And I was so young, and I didn't like the food that we had because we didn't have a lot of money. I went off as a kid. And I just said oh, the food's horrible. I was crying that I hated everybody. And she cried her eyes out. And I still remember that.
Okay. Was when I blamed my ex-girlfriend for having a miscarriage with our unborn child. That was the most painful thing. I did say it, and it did hurt somebody I cared about. So, yeah.
I think I probably told someone that's why you don't have a dad or something. It was a couple years ago, but we're best friends now. So.
And basically just having to tell her that she's incredibly emotionally manipulative, and it's it was taking even more of a toll on my mental health to try and keep her in check. And she was just a massive nutcase. And as I told her that, the day after, she got sent to hospital for her legs got paralyzed. It was so far. So that was kind of heavy, but hey, live and you learn.
No matter what anybody tells you in life, always strive to be better than what you are now. There are going to be people who knock you down, people who keep pushing you down to the dirt, but you got to make it your job to rise up from the ashes like a phoenix and make sure that you make your mark, because we're not here forever and life doesn't wait. So you got to go out there right now and make your mark. No one's going to make you do it except for you. So you can do it.
I guess just sort of telling the truth to someone like Abrami, truth shall set you free, And by telling someone how you really feel, sort of, although it can hurt them, in the long run it helps. Having to go through that and tell the person that you don't necessarily want to be with them, that you don't want to hurt them at the same time, it's quite a hard situation to be in.
My brother fell out of a 2-story window, face first onto a cast iron chair. It was such a scary scene. I was terrified that I would lose my brother. He's fine now. All he has is this teeny little scar on his forehead. Just talking about it, it made me feel that it made me imagine the pain that he felt, and it was hard to talk about. But I felt like part of overcoming it was talking about it and making light of it and trying not to make it the biggest deal. Because at the end of the day, he was fine.
It's been 4 or 5 years, and I'm really kind of sick of this relationship. As f***ed up as that sounds, I didn't want to be in that relationship anymore because I was just so sick of the same problems over and over again. So one day I was like, oh, listen, I can't do this anymore. And it was so hard to say just those words, man. I can't do this anymore.
I say don't overlook the small things in life. Life's made of small moments. Appreciate all the little things. Don't just think of the big milestones. Think of the little stepping stones all along the way. And don't forget to look back and appreciate how far you've come.
That's because I was in a really tough moment, and then I had to break up with a girl, and then I accidentally said that you actually made me the most angriest in the world. Yeah, I know.
Give me a hug. Give me a
I'm
hug,
sorry, but
man.
I can't.
That I lost my real life friends because of the drugs, because they did go the drug way and I did go the player-based way, so playing PS4 and all that the entire day. And yeah, I told this a friend. Not much people know this.
Well, I told my ex-girlfriend that I almost like cheated on her, and it really like hurt her.
There is this girl that I'm seeing lately, and she told that she loved me, and she was waiting for me to say something likewise, you know. And I told her, I don't want to say that I love you if I'm not feeling it yet, you know. I'm not loving you just yet. I like your company, but I can't say I love you.
Told someone to go die like their ancestors because their ancestors did die in a bad way.
There was one friend who was very intoxicating for me and the people I hung out with, and I had to tell them that I had to stop seeing him because of his personality.
No, it's more like I loved her, and then it's just like a lost feeling, and I didn't want to lead her on, so I did the right thing, you know.
If you have friends, pretty good friends, and they want to try every drug they know or want to do, try to cut them off that way and say you don't need that and try to help them to don't go the wrong way, because you will lose them to 100%.
Oh, that was really nice spending time with you. You've got some really interesting questions. You make people think about their lives, and it's always good to think about your life, the choices that you made so far.
I feel like people need to realize that whatever is happening in the moment is only temporary. Things get better in time. You just need to work on yourself and how you can improve yourself to be better in time.
I knew that she was like really attached to me, and she had like lots of problems with herself, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. And I'd been thinking about it for a while, but eventually I got around to doing it. But it was just like really hard to tell them that like I didn't love them anymore, because I knew they still loved me. I did feel bad, and like it kind of kept me around for longer than I should have been. But now I realized that it was something good.
Wait, Lamar, you said you had a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Zombie Nex.
Hey, poopy heads. Yeah, I speak. You surprised? Hey.
What, Lamar?
It's NAX.
Oh,
Zombie Nex.
Oh,
That is the first time I've heard Lamar, though.
All right, Lamar. Love you. Mwah.
Bye.
Mwah, mwah, See? I treat my homies. I kiss my homies goodnight. And subscribe to OKJ on YouTube. Y'all can do that too.
Shameless
Y'all
plug.
can do that.